Well, I guess I will pop on. Nick, you need to turn down your other computer, man. You're going to get a terrible echo if you don't.
Oh, boy.
Well, I guess I will pop on.
Is that you?
Nick, you need to turn down your other computer, man. You're going to get a terrible echo if you don't.
Oh, boy.
We're falling apart here. It's like we've never done this before. Welcome into Comics Collectibles with Dynamic Forces. I am, of course, Kyle. The person who I'm about to mute is Nick. We will bring him back in just a second when I'm not also talking. Gives him time to turn down his computer. But welcome into Comics Collectibles with Dynamic Forces. I am Kyle, as always. Nick is here, and we are going to show you some great stuff from the Dynamic Forces vault, as well as maybe a piece of original art. So let's see if you can hear me. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you.
All right. And we don't have the echo, so I'm going to make you full screen. And let's get her going. Hey, there's John Cole. Hi, John Cole.
Hey, what's going on?
A lot of people didn't realize how close John and I were, so we decided to sit closer together just for effect. The jokes get worse from here, everyone.
I'm just hearing the sound and then watching your lips move.
Should we reboot?
When we go to commercial, we'll reboot when we go to commercial.
Okay.
All right. I think fans just want us to go to commercial now. I'm not sure they want to see me anyway, as it is.
Spencer certainly doesn't. Spencer Beck. Oh my God, it's Nick.
Yeah, right. But we got Joseph Hardy.
What up, Joe?
How are you, man? I got a few surprises for everybody tonight. Got a few baller items. We got some really cool items. We've got signatures by Walt Simonson. Check it out. We have a fiery red foil Red Sonja Tarzan starter set with a few cool comics. We have Thor, Muljourn, however you pronounce that.
Mjolnir.
English is my second language.
All right, that's maybe even a joke below you, Nick.
Mjolnir.
I don't know that there's any joke below me. My sense of humor, SUCKS. We have another Ken Hazer, Walking Dead. We have arguably the greatest comic creator of all time. One of my all-time favorites, Frank Miller, Daredevil 181. Any ideas for repurposing comics that have been written in? I don't know. Let me think about that.
Wallpaper. Decoupage.
We have Superman number 52 signed by Pete Tomasi. We have Justice League number 1 signed by Scott Snyder. We have Walking Dead. This is the I think this was Chris Giarrusso cover signed by Chris. We have Batman 51 signed by Tom King. We have Marvel Zombies, Marvel Tales, the original Marvel Zombies.
Hey, Nick.
Yeah,
maybe take the post-it note off the front so people can see it.
That's a first. We never made it to last week. That's why it had the 529 sticker.
This is a mystery comic.
Nick jibber jabbed too much last week. You know, it's usually at QVC they would say, Nick, I got 2 words for you, and I'd say shut up, and they'd be like, no, sold out, but you can shut up too. So we've got Teen Titans, first appearance of Lobo's daughter, Crush, signed by Bernard Chang. And one of the other greatest creators of all time, we have All-Star Batman Rebirth number 1, signed by the John Romita Jr., one of my all-time favorite artists. We also have Daredevil 600 remarked by Ken Hazer with Elektra's Daredevil. We offered this last night. We sold a few, and we're down to the last 4. And we are raising money for the Trevor Project. It is Pride weekend on the Experience. So I am offering one of my favorite pieces of Howard Porter art with Alan Scott. We are offering it, and the money raised will be donated to the Trevor Project. So this is from my personal collection. So that is the warm-up. That is everything. And I'm trying to read. Old Man Nick needs to get closer. I'm thinking about the coop. Huh?
It's an art word, Nick. It means
Decoupage.
pasting all over.
Listen, I don't know any words that have more than 3 syllables. So
Decoupage. We're covered.
I don't know any words that have more than 2 syllables.
Your last name has 3.
Baruch. Yeah, but you know what? Look, after 52 years, you get used to it.
No, you were talking about what to do with comics.
Right.
And
The
comics,
chop busting has started early this show.
Right.
we're going to be changing prices, Kyle. Hold tight. No, just kidding.
No bush though. This is all over my head.
Yeah.
Crafting stuff,
The only thing I recognize in the post is, oh my God, it's Nick, and Spencer probably ran the other way again.
That's fair. So where do we want to start, Nick?
Well, I tell you what. I mean, let's start with this. We'll come back to this a few times as we get more people watching the show. This is Magog number 1, page 11. This is Howard Porter and John Dell. This was written by Keith Giffen. This is from 2009. So this page is from the collection. And as I think everybody knows, Alan Scott has been in the New 52 and in Rebirth has now come out as being gay. So what I thought was since I have this beautiful Alan Scott page, and Howard Porter is one of my favorite all-time artists, I thought, you know what, offer this, and if it sells, then you can donate the money to the Trevor Project. And I thought that would be a cool idea. So I wanted to do that. So this is one of the items. We're offering this for $500, and it's for a great cause.
It really helps if I turn my microphone on when I talk about things.
It does help. It does.
But you've got the great shot of Alan Scott there at the top, and then something that particularly plays to my sensibilities is the backgrounds and the landscapes, or not the landscapes, the architecture drawing in the background of everything. But then how in the middle of the page there, you start to see the black, bold outlines and the shadows as the sort of tone changes throughout the page. It's a really interesting look. It's John Dell did a great job of inking this page.
John, actually, Howard Porter, I said, is one of my all-time favorite artists. John Dell really does not get enough credit. I mean, John.
Is any inker ever?
There are those. I mean, Jimmy Palmiotti deservedly so gets the credit he deserves.
No, that's true.
Danny Mickey deservedly so gets the credit he deserves. Klaus Janson deservedly so gets.
Klaus Janson was the first one I thought of. But
yeah, Dick Giordano got the credit he deserves. There are. Terry Austin, yeah.
Scott Hanna.
Take that out in post.
No. I mean, but what you say is true, because we do know that we live in an industry where it is a visual medium, but the writers and the artists get the most attention.
Yeah.
The inkers really got to work it to get the same amount of attention. And, and then, of course, you get the colorists and the letterers. I mean, there'll be some colorists that, like Richard Eisenoff and Peter Steigerwald, that have stood out that people recognize, Paul Mounts. But, there are plenty of great colorists that don't get the attention they deserve. I mean, and then when you go to letterers, I mean, you've got Tom Warzachowski, you've got Ken Bruzenak. I'm old, so I remember Ken Bruzenak. Some people are like, is Ken Bruzenak a new guy?
Joe Carmagna?
Joe Carmagna? I mean, that's the whole thing. So John Dell does not get the credit he deserves. I mean, whether it's Howard Porter, Mark Bagley, anybody he inks, he compliments so well. Joseph, not enough.
You don't get no respect at all.
Exactly.
That's an impression I'm entirely too young to do.
It's more like this, I get no respect. Matter of fact, when I was born, my doctor kept smacking my face. I don't think he ever said that one. That one just I only remember that because that's what the doctor did to me.
My favorite one was I came home and took a nap one day and the kitchen fire broke out and my wife said to the kids, "Quiet, you'll wake up Daddy."
Man, are we going to sell some books or what? Maybe not.
No, we're just going to talk about Dangerfield all night.
They're selling the books themselves, actually. I mean, we'll start the bidding for the Alan Scott piece at $4,000. No, that's totally a joke.
We do not do auctions here. We do not do auctions. No, but all kidding aside, I mean, look, I want to show it again because the money, selling this, the money raised will go to a great charity.
It's a beautiful page, so it's a twofer, right? You're the money's going to a good cause, and you're adding like a beautiful page, to your collection.
Exactly. So it's just.
And if this page doesn't sell, Nick will find somehow to soldier on by keeping this page.
Well, let's hope that someone decides that this would be something that would be great for their collection, and that we can make that donation.
Well, we talk about the Howard Porter thing, and we talked about this yesterday, and we kind of bring it up. There's not a lot of physical Howard Porter art. It's all he's using digital now. So they're not making it. He's not making it anymore.
Right. So in regards to Howard Porter, I mean, Spencer's in the house. Spencer, when did Howard stop drawing pen and paper? When did he start drawing digitally? Because it's been a few years. Spencer, I've told this story at least twice, how you've gotten to laugh maniacally. See, I do know some words that have more than 3 syllables. Maniacally going, because when Flash Year One was coming out, and I heard about it, and I said, oh, my God, freaking one of my favorite Flash artists is doing Flash Year One, and it's Joshua Williamson. I know it's going to be great. Spencer, I'm going to buy the first cover, sight unseen, because I know it's going to be great. Hey, we can hear you. Are you talking to Spencer?
No, I'm talking to my buddy who's here.
So Spencer, I can tell you, he's cracking up. He's got to be laughing, right? He's got to be totally laughing. And he's like, yeah, Nick, Howard doesn't draw on paper anymore. He doesn't draw on paper anymore. Why doesn't he draw on paper anymore? So, Howard draws, he finds that his artwork drawing on the computer is better. He gets to fix any mistakes quicker. He can put as much into it as he does physically, and he just feels like it's a better experience for the fans. So I said to Spencer, can you just get him to draw the covers? Maybe some of the splash pages. He can still do everything else on computer. And Spencer's like, Howard doesn't even have a drawing table anymore. Oh, I have an idea. I'll buy him a drawing table. He can use it for the Flash Year One, and then I can have the art and the drawing table.
That'll be on the other show, Dynamic Furniture.
Exactly. Well, I mean,
I have a question, though.
One of these days I'll know what Joe Hardy's talking about. We can have that on the Dynamic Forces Furniture show.
I have a question. Now, in theory,
is it Dynamic Forces Furniture Show, or should we just call it DFS? Dynamic Furniture Show. Dynamic Furnishings. There you go.
Wouldn't it be possible for you to use all your clout to reach out to Howard Porter?
My clout?
All your
clout.
Or ask Spencer to do it. And
Spencer has clout. I know.
Spencer to do it. Couldn't, in theory, Howard do a commission of the cover?
The thing is he doesn't have a drawing table.
Oh, all right.
It really does circle back to that. So anyway,
do I need to get the Indiana Jones bullwhip out? We talked about last night.
That scares me on so many levels that you would think that. Still waiting for Spencer to say when Howard stopped drawing on paper, but this is a beautiful page. It is Magog, who came from Kingdom Come. It's $500, and it's $25 shipping in the U.S., $41 shipping in Canada. Outside the U.S., I will have to figure it out.
That's like that good money you spend. You know what I mean? Sometimes people drop $500 on something, and they're like, what a mistake. This is something that you keep. It's lifetime art.
Yep.
And the money goes to an amazing cause. There's no downside.
Exactly. By the way, one thing, so we'll be bringing that back up. Last week during our show, all our guests got a Witchblade card from the year 2000, the Witchblade Millennium Trading Card Series. And this was a beautiful set, and this is Joe Jusko art. Tonight, every purchase, he stopped drawing on paper when he had a horrible accident that damaged the nerves in his drawing hand.
Oh,
okay. That doesn't give us a date, but okay.
When you bring down the show, Spencer,
really.
couldn't you have just said like Wednesday, and we've been like, okay, thank you.
Yeah, right. I think that's the excuse. I think Howard stopped drawing on paper the day Nick Barucci asked for a commission. That's what I think happened.
Can you give me a? Oh no.
Tonight, every purchase gets a Witchblade Millennium Edition limited edition card from the vault signed by Jay Lee. So limit one per customer, but that will be there.
And does the baller customer of the night get the Nicky the Roach card?
I have to find the rest of the Nicky the Roach cards. Last week we had a Nicky the Roach card that I had signed. We'll have to save that again. Can't do that every week. It's not so special.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So let's go to. Want to do a double Dutch Daredevil?
Yeah.
So last night we were talking about Ken Hazer. Why don't you lift that up and start hitting that one up?
I'm going to hold this up nice and close. This is like the Remark alert. I love this thing. It is Elektra drawn as Daredevil. Just when you think Daredevil couldn't hit any more high notes, obviously they hit another high note. The only thing I dislike about this is sometimes you can't see like the depth in the work.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's put in here. This thing is just absolutely,
Now, we need to talk about the price. We showed Dan, what's up, man? Hey, last week you were a huge supporter. You got the Jusco card. Just FYI, tonight we're giving away Jay Lee Witchblade Millennium cards. These are also from the year 2000, signed by Jay himself. So 21 years old, from the vault. Decided to pull some more out. So this is, I can't remember, I think it's $89.99. We were going to do it for $81 last night, but I decided to rib Kyle because he ribs me always.
No.
So what we did last night is we offered it for $50. So since we offered it for $50 last night, this hand-drawn Remark on Daredevil number 600, the 600th issue of one of my two favorite Marvel characters.
Christos Gage and Charles
Soule.
And Ron Garney does the art?
I think so. And Mike Perkins as well.
Okay.
I don't remember if Mike Perkins inked Garney or if he penciled his own story. I really cannot remember. But this great issue got the Remark by Ken Hazer, and check it out. With the Chip Zdarsky series going right now with Elektra's Daredevil, it could not be better timing.
I think this is a time period where Wilson Fisk is the mayor. Of New York.
And Typhoid Mary is his right-hand woman.
She's like the administrative assistant. Just a really cool sort of, comics, I guess, sort of have these, ups and downs. And then this is like the sweet spot of the story.
Each one comes with a certificate.
So, Nick, are you doing these for the same price you did them for last night?
Yes, sir. $50. I can tell you're paying attention.
Actually, you almost said it, and then we got to talking about how Ron Garney did the art.
Okay, I'll buy that.
Sure. Okay, now it's $51.
I think now it goes down to $49.99. So anyway, now look, this is a great.
I will pay the penny for anybody who gets it at $49.99.
Ooh, $49.98. Let's get 2 cents out of it.
I imagine Kyle has a thing of change in his desk at the control center. So when you do that,
you know, I heard a rumor from Jerry that what Kyle's doing with all the change that he has to give me is he's waiting till he comes east to throw it at me. At least that's the rumor.
It's in wheelbarrows. I'm just gonna dump it out on the floor there at the office.
He doesn't have the idea of gluing it together before he throws it.
I don't have that kind of patience.
Now, this is a great item. Look, this is $89.99. We're down to the last 4. This is a great piece of artwork. I need an Advil after watching this show so far. You know what we need? Oh, God, what's that guy's name who loves Spencer? From Steve McDonald's show. Jesus, I wish I remembered his name right now. We'll figure it out. Anyway, should I put Spencer on timeout? No. Spencer is fine. Nick said humor or lack thereof. There you go. All right. So we've offered this. now we're going to bring up Daredevil 181. Now, look, I've never been shy about the fact that Frank Miller is one of my all-time favorite artists. And his work on Daredevil is some of my favorite work. I mean, obviously beyond Daredevil, you're looking at everything from Sin City 300, Dark Knight Returns, Dark Knight Strikes Again, Superman Year One with a great artist when it comes to John Romita Jr. with Danny Mickey inking. I mean, it's just an incredible, incredible creator, whether he's writing and drawing for himself or whether he's writing for other artists. And what we have here is the Daredevil 181 Death of Elektra Facsimile Edition. This is signed by Frank Miller. Now, MSRP on this is $299.99. But for tonight, to commemorate, and this is, by the way, the Elite Gold Signature Series. For tonight's show, we are going to offer this for $181, commemorating Daredevil 181. Now, each one comes with a certificate of authenticity. The number on the certificate, this one happens to be number 6, matches the number on the comic. This also happens to be number 6. So what I want to throw out there to you is that this is a great comic to have. Now, we only had 82 of these signed because this issue came out in 1982. So we're having fun with the numbers. What we do have tonight is the first person who claims this. The first person who claims this will be able to choose between number 1, number 4, number 5, number 6, number 8, and number 9. So
I'm so glad it jumps number 7.
Because otherwise that was all you?
Yeah, otherwise I'd have to buy it.
I assumed he had 7. That's why
I almost made that assumption too. So
oh, I didn't think about that. I have to check the collection.
Yeah, right.
Hey, I'm going to send Spencer the link to join us.
Oh, boy. I thought the incentive was him not coming on the air. Today's extra incentive: buys the most pieces will get a signed print of Spider-Man by John Romita Sr. Whoa, wow. Spencer. Wow, Spencer taking care of the dynamic fans. That is incredible. Thank you so much, Spencer. Thank you for the fans. All right, you can put Spencer on the show.
No, don't you
send him a link?
Stuff you said before we went on?
No, not really. Because I'm sure if you ask Spencer whether or not he feels bad about all the stuff he said to me. So if you buy the Daredevil 181 tonight, and if you buy anything else, you're getting a $200 print signed by Comic Book Royalty. You're getting something signed by John Romita Sr., John Romita Jr., and Paul Mounts. And we were just talking about earlier when it came to colorists how Paul Mounts is one of the best colorists in the industry. So this is a huge leg up. This is incredible from Spencer. And Spencer, yeah, Kyle will send you the link. And then when we come back after the break, definitely come on the air and meet with us. But this is incredible. I would say I'm speechless, but there's hardly anything that makes me speechless. So it's good to have a friend like John. I can see him shaking his head, laughing. So this is one of the best books of the night. This is one of my personal favorites. You know, the one thing I'll say, we say this a lot here on The Experience. Even if you don't claim anything on the show, hopefully us talking about the comics, showing you our excitement for the comics, inspires you to go to your local comic store and perhaps pick up the trade paperback, or
especially if you haven't been for a while.
Yeah, support your local retailer.
It's already in the back of your mind. Like, when was the last time you went to your LCS? And if you can't remember, it's time to go.
Right. Even if you can remember, if you can continue to support them.
Oh yeah.
You should support
Spencer,
them.
check your email.
I only have 2 minutes to send. I know. I don't get that. I only have 2 minutes, so send. Okay, I think he's saying send it now. All right. Go through Facebook, Kyle. See if you can send it to him through Facebook Messenger. this is signed by Frank Miller. But, to talk about this again, if you've never read Frank Miller's Daredevil, see if your local retailer has the facsimile edition, or if they have the trade paperbacks, give it a shot. Or try Sin City, try 300. You know what? One of my favorites. You want to know what my favorite Frank Miller books is? Lance Blastoff.
I thought you were going to say like Martha Washington Goes to War. Or whatever.
Martha Washington's great, but hardly anybody ever says Lance Blastoff. I love Lance Blastoff. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. So, has Spencer figured out how to use a computer yet? Then I get my joke.
I sent it to him both email and Facebook.
So
also, Lance Blastoff is Nick's adult entertainer name.
Oh no!
Family show, Kyle. Family show.
That's why I said adult entertainer. It's for when you're a lounge performer.
If you were a Daredevil fan, this is sort of your. You know what I mean? This is sort of your moment.
So half your face, half my face. Fully show Daredevil 181 and Daredevil 600.
It's way more important that you see this Ken Hazer remark than my face. Way more important. There we go. There we go.
No, Nick, I do not feel guilty about all the nasty things I said about you tonight. I was being polite.
Tonight was the polite, nasty stuff. Let's put them in full circle. Let's give Spencer all the attention.
This is going for. Anybody recognize what this cover was to?
Yeah.
Well, why don't you say it?
I think it means more coming from you.
This is a recreation of the Amazing Spider-Man 100 cover, penciled by John Romita Sr. I don't remember who inked it originally, but this happens to be penciled by John Romita Jr., inked by John Romita Sr. I don't remember which way they did it. Penciled by John Romita Jr., inked by John Romita Sr., colored by Paul Mounds.
Yeah.
As you can see on the bottom, it is signed by all three people.
Now, I'm old, so I'm going to ask this question real quick. You guys ever remember the movie Blind Date with Bruce Willis and Kim Basinger?
Yeah.
How Bruce Willis shows up at his brother's car lot, and his brother's selling a car to a guy for $500 less than he sold to his brother. It's funny. He's giving that away tonight, but he charged me $300. And he's saying it's a $200 print.
It's a $200 print.
No, here's the thing. I have extras. If people want to buy it, Nick, what's the price?
$300.
Well, if anybody wants them, I've got about 20 left. So it was limited to 100 when we printed them, never to be reprinted. So if anybody wants any of them, they can order from you guys, and I'll send them off to you. There's about 20 left.
And the top person tonight gets one free.
Hold on. I'll be right back. I have a problem with my phone. I'll be right back.
All right. So as Spencer said, the top person tonight will get one free. That's a $200 gift. So
that in and of itself, we could literally be showing nothing here, and that would make me say, "Okay, I want to get in on that."
What you're basically saying is stop selling.
We're done. That's it. Good night, everybody.
And by the way, Nick, I'm going to buy the pack of Skittles.
And where's my Nicky the Roach card?
No Nicky the Roach card this week. This week is
2 packs of Skittles.
Witchblade Millennium from 2000, signed by Jay Lee.
Jay Lee. That's all jokes aside. That's a sweet pick.
It is good.
That's a sweet pick.
Okay, Nick, I got one other thing to offer for the people tonight.
Hey, Spencer, all kidding aside, your sound is bad. Your audio is bad.
All right, let me go out and come back in again. I have this problem every once in a while. I'll go out and come back in again.
Okay. So we're back after the commercial break already.
You would think that the studio at his gallery would have this worked out.
Yeah, by now. So Daniel, I hope you didn't fall asleep and they're still watching. We got some really cool stuff, buddy.
Okay, how's that? Any better?
Well, we still see you, but outside of that, yes.
Okay, here's a special offering for tonight. And I'll be stunned if anybody buys it, but it's gorgeous. How's that?
That is so beautiful.
This
my
Tony Daniel?
Batman 57 by Tony Daniel and Danny Mickey.
Wow.
It's the original art. It is not a blue line. It is inks over the pencils. And tonight it is only $20,000.
That's above my pay grade.
Do you think I have two $10,000 bills in the console of my BMW?
I thought I'd put on the show tonight. I thought I'd show it for you guys.
I thought you had at least one $10,000 bill.
Or if you want, we can put this one up,
That's
which is the cover of Batman Superman number 16. And this one is less expensive. It's only $7,500. But this is a gray line, which is the process by which the penciler pencils, scans it, sends it to the inker, prints it out in a light gray line, and then inks it. And that is used for the production of the comic book. And this is the cover to number 16. And this, I can never pronounce his name right, Ardian Syaf.
Yeah, Ardian Syaf, yeah.
Okay, anyhow, this is the cover to Batman Superman number 16, and this is only $7,500.
Which honestly is a great offer because Ardian is not doing that much art. It is a cover. It is original art. It is what DC utilized to print the comic. But this is really the we haven't built up the audience right now yet. I don't believe for fans to want to spend $7,500 to $20,000 when
I just think I'd throw it up for fun.
No, it is fun, but we need to warn them in the future so they can save their lunch money. I don't know what they have for lunch,
so that they don't, like me, get their hopes up that it might be affordable and then have their hopes dashed.
Yeah, well, here's affordable. It's $300. This is John Romita Jr., John Romita Sr., and Paul Mounts. Bear in mind, John Romita Sr. is barely signing anything anymore. I've been cutting back how much I'm letting him sign more and more. So this is a rare opportunity to get something signed by John, especially a piece of art that's John Jr. and John Sr. together.
Well, let me throw in some accolades real quick. Here's the thing. When we offer books signed by John Romita Sr., because we're getting so few in these days, the MSRP on average is $500. We wholesale a lot of them to retailers. John's signature rate, deservedly so, is at a premium. He's one of the most elder statesmen of our industry, one of the most revered. And to be quite candid, first and foremost, this is a $300 piece of art signed by John Romita Jr. and Sr. that Spencer is offering. And if you buy this tonight, the money goes into John Romita Sr.'s pocket. So you're helping to support one of the greatest artists this industry has ever had. Not one of the greatest Marvel artists, not one of the greatest Spider-Man artists, one of the greatest artists the industry's ever had. I mean, the guy has created or co-created or designed over 150 Marvel characters. He was a trailblazer. He was an artist that other artists look up to. He is an artist that helped design and adjust Marvel's covers for decades. And this is a cover that is well remembered by fans. And the fact that you got John Romita Jr. inked by Sr. and real quick trivia, John Romita Sr. actually preferred to ink over penciling. He actually preferred inking. So I'm sure he had a great time inking his son, and colored by Paul Mounts, who earlier tonight we were saying one of the best colors in the industry. Yeah. So this is a great deal. So if you buy it for $300, you are supporting John Romita Sr. and the family, and John Romita Jr. and Sr. I say this from the bottom of my heart. They are comic book royalty. They are absolutely comic book royalty. But Spencer has been really generous. The person who spends the most money tonight gets that for free. I still pay $300.
That's not what I said, Nick.
What'd you say?
Whoever buys the most amount of pieces.
Most amount of pieces, okay.
Right, because they could be $5 pieces, and they may not be the most amount of money, but they can buy 20 of them, and it could be the most product purchased.
Got it. So anybody who buys the most amount of items gets that for free.
Yeah.
It's a really good deal.
Yeah, it is a good deal. And if you spend let's just say you only spend $300, you're basically buying the print and getting all your purchases tonight for free.
Exactly. That's very generous, Spencer. Thank you.
So it should make it out that if you buy less than $300, you're getting your stuff for free and you're buying a print.
Yeah.
So it's a deal upon a deal upon a deal.
And if you want to just buy it and support, the one of comics royalty families, this is a great opportunity.
Absolutely. All right, I'm going back to work. I got too much to do, and hearing your voice is giving me a headache.
And right now we'll show John Romita Jr. signed All-Star Batman #1. This is the DF exclusive Jay Lee cover, which is why I pulled the Jay Lee Witchblade card. I thought that would be kind of cool. This is the Jay Lee cover. This is limited to only 100 copies, signed by John Romita Jr. This is normally a $69.99 book, but for tonight, we're offering it for $19.39. We're offering it for what I think is less than the unsigned goes for.
I was going to say, I don't think you could get an unsigned copy. Like if you went to your local store, I think they would probably have this for maybe, I bet it's probably closer to $30 just sitting on the wall.
I do think we brought it up to $29.99 unsigned. I do think so. So, and I don't know that it would be, honestly, most retailers have this because it's been one of our best sellers, which means retailers continue to sell through. This is limited to 100 copies, signed by John Romita Jr. You saw the signature on the front. You get the certificate of authenticity. The number on the certificate will match the number on the comic. This one happens to be number 27 of 100. This is number 27 of 100. We're still doing our Kung Fu movies where my lips are moving differently than the words are coming out of my mouth. One thing to keep in mind, everyone, when it comes to the Dynamic Forces signed comic, again, you have the signature of the artist, the number. This is 27 over 100. As I said, 27 certificate, limit to 100. But we actually create our holofoil seals different than movie, sports, music memorabilia. You are actually, we pay extra to allow you to take the holofoil seal off so that you can take the comic out and can read the comic. And you know what? The signatures are awesome. The comics are awesome. But if you haven't read it, you should read the comics. They are great. Matter of fact, so cool. We also get the DF logo behind the comic. I've said this before, we want you to buy that is below cost for John Romita autographed alone. That's right. John Romita's autograph today, if you were to mail it into Spencer, Spencer has the signatures at $20. You have to pay to mail the book. You have to pay for the book to be mailed back to you. You also have to pay the handling fee and everything else. If you were to try and get a regular $3.99 comic signed by John Romita Jr., by the time you were done, you would be into it probably for $40. Yeah. I mean, think about it. $8 to ship it there in the right packaging, $8 to have it shipped back, $20 signature, plus the all the other costs, the handling fees, because you got to pay the handlers for doing the work. We're bringing this at $19.39, the year Batman first appeared in Detective 27. And we're doing it because we are growing the experience. And I want to thank and reward the fans that are supporting us this weekend. It's an honor for you to spend the time to watch us. We do a lot of kidding here, and probably more kidding than we should. We just like to have fun as much as we can because it's fun to bring you comics. I mean, I've been selling comics since I was 13 years old. I started off as what's called a weekend warrior, setting up at conventions. So bringing this in is bringing it in at a loss, but if it brings pleasure to our fans, that brings pleasure to us. And if that allows you to want to buy more books at your local comic store or come back here and buy more books, that is fantastic. Nothing would make me happier. John?
We need a flashback segment for when you say, I've been doing this since I was 13 years old. We kind of get the Wayne's World, and then we get like a kid on the street, and he opens the suitcase and he's got different books. I think that would sell books. People would watch the show.
I don't think so. I think all they want is the books, right, Kyle?
Well, I had to step away because I had to go get my
Advil. Why is everyone taking Advil?
I had to go get my John Romita Jr., John Romita Sr., Paul Mounts, Spencer Beck piece because I had to see if I had the one he was offering or not.
I had to see if he had the one he was offering or not.
Looks like the answer to that is no.
No. Right. So now I got to buy some stuff.
Too funny. So this is a great book, and as Spencer just pointed out and confirmed, this is below John's signature rate. Let's do a starter set. We have not done a starter set in a while.
I'm very excited for this.
I hid the starter set.
I
hid the starter set.
That was the John Cole 5-finger discount.
That was the 5-finger discount. I'll be right back.
When Rex sent me this, I got very excited. I think this is a great way. If you're out there watching the show right now and you've never bought Dynamic Forces stuff before, this is a great way to kind of introduce yourself to the leader in this kind of product. These starter kits are great. I've bought them for friends. I bought them for this schmuck sitting here in the studio with me so that he could have some DF stuff, like, because he didn't know what it was. These are great ways to jump in on this kind of stuff, guys.
So this is a starter set, and every starter set is the same. You're getting a Red Sonja Tarzan, Crimson Red Foil. This is Red Sonja Tarzan #1 by Gail Simone. This is limited to 200 copies. You're getting this DF certificate of authenticity, but you're also getting, we want you to read some other comics. So we're bringing you Fantastic Four #1. This is the Matt Fraction series. Did you ever get a chance to read this series when it came out?
Not when it came out. I wound up catching it later.
And what did you think of it? Well, you know what? Before we get into it, let's just show everything. You're getting all of this in one package. You're getting Teen Titans Rebirth #1. All of these are first prints. You're getting Vampirella, Vengeance of Vampirella #1, the Josh Middleton cover. And you're going to get True Believers, Deadpool, the musical. So you're going to get all these books. I think this has a value of over $40. So you're going to get all 5 books, a value of over $40. Is that about right? What did
Yes, retail value of over $40.
So we're going to do it tonight at $19.92, which is the year Dynamic Forces first entered into the world. So when Nick went from Weekend Warrior to signed book Maven, Dynamic Forces, that was 1992 with the death of Superman. You're going to get all 5 of these in this special offer tonight, $19.92. Now, this is one of the most affordable items of the night, and this would be one way to get yourself to the free poster lithograph signed by John Romita Sr., John Romita Jr., and Paul Mounts. And you'll also receive from the vault Witchblade Millennium card, limited edition from the year 2000, 21 years old, signed by the Jay Lee. So this is a really great collection, an incredible value. We just want to bring you fantastic books to read. You know, it's kind of like a Daniel Andrew Cucinato special. Where is my boy Andrew? He's not here tonight. So
he's busy making money to buy the $20,000 piece from Spencer.
Yeah, right? He's probably knocking off a few stores. I bet you he's reading the book from Jesse James. Why did Jesse James rob banks? Because that's where the money was.
That's where they kept the money, yeah.
Exactly. So what did you think? Okay, so I said let's hold off. What did you think of Matt Fraction's Fantastic Four?
Full disclosure, I am not a fan of when the Fantastic Four are not the traditional Fantastic Four. I'm an old head, and I kind of like them in their blue uniforms. I like them in the Jack Kirby way, the Jack Kirby manner. Somebody left this at my house. I was not reading it. And somebody left like the first 3 or 4 issues at my house. And I blew through them. I reread them again. And I was shocked that I actually liked them.
Okay.
I like this a lot. I've seen the different versions. I remember it was so cool and trendy in the 90s to do like Ghost Rider and Wolverine and Spider-Man and, you know, somebody else is the Fantastic Four. And after a while, you didn't even see the Fantastic Four anymore. It was always like just 4 characters that, you know, were hot and Marvel would throw in the book. And it just wasn't my thing. This particular group of characters, maybe it's Fraction, maybe it's both. I cannot recommend something like that strongly enough, especially if like me, you're very set in your ways and you won't change, you won't try anything else, right?
Right.
This is a great book to say, hey, knock, knock, it's the 21st century. Open the door. Let some of these newer creators, newer ideas in your head. As much as I love that stuff, there's only so many times I can read that first 4 volumes of the Fantastic Four Masterworks, and and then you're kind of done. I love this book.
It's a great book. And then, of course, we have Teen Titans Rebirth, Brett Booth. This was a great series. Abracadabra comes in. We have Vengeance of Vampirella. I'm biased. Tom Snigowski came back to Vampirella on the 25th anniversary of Vengeance of Vampirella, the original series from Harris Comics in the 1990s, and True Believer Deadpool. Just another great read as part of the package. So those are almost the bonuses. I mean, it's a great package, as I said. Those are basically the bonuses because let's not forget the main item is the limited edition Red Sonja Tarzan #1 crimson red foil cover by Jay Lee. So $19.92, great introductory price. You're getting all 5 books, all first print. I mean, even the True Believers is a first print. It's a True Believers, but it's a first print. You're getting all this delivered to your house. And again, everyone who orders tonight gets one of these, a Jay Lee. Okay, not that one.
Not that one.
Not that one. A Jay Lee Witchblade signed limited edition card. Last week, we had the Joe Jusko Witchblade cards that we gave away. This week, we are doing Jay Lee. Check it out. That is beautiful. So,
and the cards are a great way to get artist signatures.
They are.
They're a great way to sort of not that there's anything wrong with this, because I have no problem with this. You got a couple of ways to get signatures in 2021, right? You can go to a con and spend a small fortune.
And wait in line. And in a longer line than ever before.
Not everybody has that time. And not to be mean, not everybody has that money. Not everybody can fly to Chicago, San Diego, or whatever.
Right.
You can do what we talked about earlier.
think right now, going to a convention, it's kind of like going to Disney World.
Yeah, you're gonna wait all day. You're gonna get to do 2, 3-ish things, maybe.
Three lines, maybe, if you care. Because if you want to look at the back issues and everything, I mean, getting in line for superstar artists is not going to be easy.
For people who've been to Comic-Con, they're going to get this reference. Hall H has its legendary line status. I bet you're going to have a lot more line H, Hall H level lines when we start coming back to half capacity, 2/3 capacity, because, everything is going to be compressed.
Right.
So, you're going to have people wait in line. You're going to have people that go to a con and they're going to be like, there's Amy Chu. I want Amy Chu's signature. And they're just going to park themselves there with a 96-ounce drink and just wait till they get named.
Right.
And that's,
Are they going to, if they're going to drink that much, they're going to wee themselves while waiting in line.
I've told people this for years. I will go past people and they're waiting to see the Doctor Who panel. And that's 3,000-4,000 people. And I will see them with massive sodas. And I'm looking over thinking, 12-ounce bottle of water would work out a lot better.
Yeah, right?
Because all of a sudden you're looking for someone to hold your spot. It's like
you can make money holding people's spot, can't you?
I'll tell you who does that. There's a lot of people local. At least
there's a service.
It's a service in Chicago too. It's a
really
service. Chicago.
It's like Uber.
Wow.
There are people, and Chicago. I remember one year they were wearing orange shirts. Just to let you know.
Not red shirts.
No, they were wearing orange shirts, and they just sort of. I think it was like a year Chicago was doing something with the color orange. People had the shirts, and they were sort of official, unofficial. Placeholders in line, and you would pay them and you would go have lunch and you would do whatever. And I thought to myself, I was so glad to be staying at the hotel.
Right.
Because if I had to do all that line waiting just to get in the building, you know what I mean? It shortens your conference, your convention experience. So this is a great way. Cards are, and these kind of collectibles are a great way to get your signature and not to be cold-hearted about it, but get it out of the way. I know I've got this signature at home, Jay Lee.
You also got it, and you also know that it's a limited edition cover. You also know, again,
it's actually Jay Lee's signature, or
John Romita Jr. in this case. And as Spencer pointed out, the price that we have this available for tonight, which is $19.39, commemorating and celebrating the year Batman first appeared in Detective 27, is below John's signature rate. That's without the cost of the book, without the cost of shipping it to the handler, Spencer, the cost for Spencer to ship it back to you, plus the money you have to pay Spencer to get it signed. You could be looking at as much as $60. Now, I'm not suggesting you look at this and buy it for investment. It's just telling you how convenient it is. And of course, let's not forget, the person who buys the most amount of items tonight will get the $300 litho signed by John Romita Jr., John Romita Sr., and Paul Mounts.
Wow, it's a little gift from Spencer Claus. Early Christmas.
It's supposed to be Christmas in July.
It's Christmas in July, but he's jumping the gun.
Spencer went 27 days
early.
Yeah.
The truth is, this book is probably at least, if some people, I don't think, we've talked about this before, you should never look at this as, economics. You should be buying what you love, it speaks to you, whatever. But in the realm of everything that you like, this is probably 65% off. If
higher.
You want to look at it in that
higher.
way.
If you want to look at it that way, I mean, it's a $69.99 book.
Plus your time. You've got to pack the book. You've got to run it down to whatever service you're using. You're dealing with the tracking number, all this other stuff.
Did you see what Spencer wrote?
No.
It's Hanukkah in June.
Nice. I like that. This is just a better way to go. And I know people will be like, well, of course you're saying that. You're doing the show. But objectively, this is the better way to go. You know what you're getting, certificate of authenticity, and it just gets shipped to you.
Yeah.
It's just really simple. You claim it, and Nick has it sent out.
Or,
well, Nick has somebody that tells somebody to send it.
Chris or Rick take care of it, because if Nick were to do it, he'd probably drop it like he did the Jay Lee Witchblade card.
Yikes.
Coming up, we said we weren't going to jibber jabber as much, and of course we jibber jabbered more. So as much is supposed to mean less, not more. Oopsie.
You want to just do these like flashcards and hold them up?
There we go. Thor, Walt Simonson coming up in the next hour. Nick, get rid of the Post-its. These are last week's items. Teen Titans First Crush, Lobo's Daughter, signed by Bernard Chang. Marvel Zombies, the original Marvel Zombies, Greg Land. Batman number, this is 51, signed by Tom King. Walking Dead, signed by Chris Girozo. We have Justice League, signed by Scott Snyder. Superman, this is limited to only 5 copies in the world, signed by Pete Tomasi. Only 5 in the world. Walking Dead, this is remarked by Ken Hazer and Thor Mjolnir, only because I have fun screwing it up, by Ken Hazer. Hey, what do we have the Walking Dead at tonight? We've got 2 of these. What do we have the Walking Dead at tonight, Kyle?
Which one is that? That's Walking Dead.
Ken Hazer.
What number? We have a couple of Walking Deads here listed from Ken Hazer.
192.
192.
192.
89.99.
Regularly $89.99. Tonight only $50. $49.99.
How about just for the fun of it, because it is a beautiful day. I think everybody's just enjoying the beautiful day.
I think everybody's staring outside at the sun, yes.
Right? For tonight's show, we're going to do this for 1992, the year Image Comics first launched. There's only 2 of these. These are remarked by Ken Hazer. I believe we paid Ken more than this. Plus, we bought the book. Plus, we have to ship them back and forth to get them signed and remarked. $89.99, only $19.92, and we only have 2 of these.
Kyle wants one in his bank envelope. I could hear it in his voice.
You got those 2 $10,000 bills.
I do. I got to run out to the car.
Maybe Spencer will give you $19.92 off so that you could buy the cover and this. So
I'm just sitting here thinking Nick has lost his mind.
It's like a fire sale here. I swear to God.
listen, considering they're doing construction and there's wires everywhere, why don't you pick a better choice of words? Each comes with a certificate of authenticity. These are original pieces of art. This is hand-drawn. This is an $89.99 comic. This is Walking Dead 192, The End of the Road. This is the big one. This is available tonight at the best price we've ever offered it. You have to buy it during the show. And I think we're cutting to commercial, right, Kyle?
Yeah, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back in just a couple minutes here on The Experience. And in that meantime, guys, go through your couch cushions. It's $19.92 for a remarked Ken Hazer Walking Dead. Go through the couch cushions. You can find it.
And
See
get
if you
your
find
mullet.
John Cole's car. I'm sure he's got it. All right, we'll be back in a second. June is Pride Month on The Experience, and we're celebrating our friends in the LGBTQ plus community. Join us June 5th and 6th as we kick off our Pride Month celebration with Experience Pride, a 2-day event featuring creators from the community as well as allies and friends. And then stay tuned all month as we continue our celebration of Pride. Only on The Experience, comics, culture, and sales. What's up, everybody? We are back here on The Experience. I am Kyle. I just want to tell you guys about a couple things. One, it's Pride Month here on The Experience. So tomorrow, Pride continues starting at 2 Eastern, 11 Pacific, with a bunch of great guests. And we have great shows tomorrow. So we are going to kick it back over here to Nick and John, let them show you a couple more books, and then we're going to hit a break in just a couple minutes early, so that way we can set up a nice long run to get you through to the end of the night.
All right.
With some great products here from Dynamic Forces.
We do have some great products. All right. So look, we're going to really ramp it up right now. We've got Thor the Worthy, #1. This had Walt Simonson, Mike Hawthorne, Sal Buscema, Tom DeFalco, Ron Friends, Catherine Immonen, and Tom Riley. We have these signed by Walt Simonson. These are the Silver Signature Series. These are $49.99 normally, but tonight we're doing it for $33.70 to commemorate Thor 337, the first Thor issue that Walter wrote and drew. You know, the one that Walter drew Thor in the 70s. He had a short run, if I remember correctly, but then he had the long run starting from 337, which I think went into 380. He drew much of it up until 350 something, and then Sal Buscema started drawing it, and heavily inspired by Walter. So this is on sale, $33.70. Great read. We're also going to do this Mighty Thor #1. This is vintage. This is by Ken Hazer, another remark. I believe that this is signed by Matt Fraction. Oops, sorry. Signed by Matt Fraction. There you go. Remarked by Ken Hazer. Now, we have not been able to get Matt Fraction signatures for years. And he's just out of the comics industry right now for the most part. Did a great run on Jimmy Olsen that people love. But he's mostly been doing Hollywood stuff. You know, he's doing fantastic out there. He's one of the smartest writers this industry's ever had. So this is his Thor #1, and it's up there as one of the great Thor runs. And we have these signed by Matt, remarked by Ken. Now, Nick's an old guy. We got to ask Rex from now on to put the dates somewhere where Nick doesn't have to turn this over. This is a 10-year-old book. This is from 2011. So this book is $196.20. Now, what were we going to do this at tonight? $83. All right. So we're doing this at $83. The one thing that I'll do tonight, and how many of these do we have left? I don't even remember.
5.
All
right. So we have 5 of those left. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 of the Walt Simonson left. This is 33. Sorry, this is 33.70. This is 83. If you wanted to buy both, we will do both for $100 tonight. So you're getting Walt Simonson's signature, arguably the greatest Thor writer artist of all time. I mean, look, you got Jack Kirby with Stan Lee. You have Joe Michael Straczynski with Olivier Coipel. You have Jason Aaron with so many great artists. And you have Dan Jurgens, who worked not only with John Romita Jr., but also Andy Kubert, Stuart Immonen. So right now,
can you do me a favor? I'm sorry. On the Mighty Thor #1, can you carefully remove the holofoil seal and put it on the side?
Sure.
Thank you. Because on the back of each of these, I believe, is a sketch.
Oh! So you're getting a sketch on the front and the back. Wow. It's been so long since I've seen this, I forgot all about it. Thank God John knows how to read, unlike me.
There's 5 different sketches on the back. They're unique to each book. There's Thor, Loki, Odin, Beta Ray Bill, and Throg. So obviously, if you're the first person to get in on this, it's dealer's choice, whatever you want.
Well, and Beta Ray Bill and Loki are both wildly popular right now.
Yeah.
And you're getting a great deal. You're getting a book that was originally $196.20, plus a book that was originally $50. So let's just make the math doable for Kyle. That's $250 or so worth of book. For $100.
Plus, you're guaranteed a Witchblade Millennium trading card from the year 2000 from the vault, signed by Jay Lee. And the person who buys the most books tonight will get a litho signed by John Romita Sr., John Romita Jr., and Paul Mounts. So that is huge. But you have 53 minutes to do so, because when we get to the top of the hour, when this is over,
it's over.
This is over.
So you're getting potentially $450 free.
I think it's 500. Oh, right.
For
free.
spending $100 on 2 books signed by, let's be real here, remember this, signed by Walt Simon. One of them is signed by Walt Simonson. And the other one is a one-off piece of art by Ken Hazer.
With essentially 2 sketches, the remark cover and then the sketch on the back. And the rendition of Mjolnir is almost perfect.
Even if Nick can't say it, you should buy a Mjolnir.
It's so pretty, ain't it? It is so damn pretty.
If this goes back in the vault, and I don't say anything ever in an official capacity at Dynamite, but I'll officially say I don't think they'll come back out at that price. If these go back in the vault, I somehow don't think you'll get a Walt Simonson signature and this book with 2 sketches on it for $100.
No, I mean, look,
I'm relatively sure if we had any adult supervision at all, we wouldn't be offering it for that price now.
Well, that's why I'm here.
Right.
We want to avoid the adult supervision.
There'll be like a letter from the board of stockholders tomorrow. Like, can we have a word with you?
Did you see the movie Jobs with Ashton Kutcher?
Ashton Kutcher, Steve Jobs.
Yeah. I'm like Steve Jobs being outed for my own company with one exception. I'm not smart.
You look good in black turtleneck, though. One of the promo shots is you in a black turtleneck.
Was it really?
I think so. I'll have to check.
Yeah, but it was from the 90s.
It was from the 90s. He's got his sharkskin suit. He's got the banded collar, Mandarin shirt, and I think he's got the black turtleneck.
Let's not forget this. This is actually really important. I want to jump back in. This is Magog #1 by Howard Porter, inked by John Dell. The book was written by Keith Giffen. What we're doing tonight is we're offering this for $500, and the entire $500 will be going to the Trevor Project. This is Pride weekend. Well, it's Pride month, and we're celebrating it this and every weekend in June on the Experience. And I thought it would be really cool. This is from my personal collection. Howard Porter is one of my all-time favorite artists. But now that DC history has Alan Scott as being gay, I thought this would be a great way to donate to a fantastic charity by highlighting it to the fans. So we had some great creators today. We had Andy Mangles. Who else did we have today? Because we have more tomorrow.
David Boer, who has a book at Dark Horse right now, coming out in August called Killer Queens, as well as Canto, which has come out for quite a while now.
And tomorrow, and we had Andy Mangles. And who do we have tomorrow?
Tomorrow we have we start at 2:00 Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific, with Krista Gehring, Steve Orlando, Jeremy Holt, and Jose Villarubia.
That's awesome. Steve Orlando is one of the smartest writers in the industry right now. He is just killing it on everything that he's working on and has
definitely
been
on a hot streak.
Yeah. And, Jose Villarubia, talking about one of the best colorists in the industry. And I love Jose.
It's like our colorist episode, isn't it? Where all of a sudden we started talking about.
Hey,
man, it's a colorful world we're in.
Well, and let's not. We can't go without mentioning Krista and Jeremy, who are both indie creators. Krista does a book called Crime Comics, which is real true crime stories, like you get on Forensic Files, except in comic book form. And Jeremy Holt, their book just dropped, Made in Korea, and is a star on the rise in the indie community.
Nice. Oopsie. So again, $500, limited edition, and this is all $500 will go to the Trevor Project. Magog #1, Volume 1, page 11. All ones, 4 aces.
It is one.
So, but this is a really exciting day. I mean, look, this is a really exciting weekend here. John's pulling out some more comics. I'm going to bring back the Daredevil 181 real quick, signed by Frank Miller. Quick reminder, this is the Elite Gold Signature Series. We had 82 of these signed by Frank to commemorate 1982, the year Daredevil 181 came out. We have number 1, number 4, number 5, number 6, number 8, and number 9, signed by Frank out of 82, all single digits. We also have Daredevil 600 with Elektra as Daredevil, remarked by Ken Hazer. This is $89.99. We were going to do it for $81, I think, and we decided to bring it in at $50. We being me last night, just to have fun with Kyle, by the way.
Me.
It's the French we.
We. What do you want?
We.
Can we take a penny off this? We.
Can we take 2 pennies off this so that Kyle has 2 shots at hitting Nikki?
I only have 1 penny on my desk.
The difficulties thing.
technical difficulties beyond everybody's control.
And if you're digging this thing right now, and I understand there's always people out there that have trouble accepting when characters change. I know I did. I was, being an older reader, it was hard for me. Once you try to just step out of your comfort zone a little bit, this Elektra as Daredevil thing is so much fun. It is so much fun. And this is absolutely, I don't want to say
it's Chip
the
Zdarsky,
best.
But it's Chip Zdarsky.
No,
Chip is great.
It is, but I was talking about the remark. The cover is just, the cover he manages to, Ken always does really cool stuff, right?
Right.
I'm always at him on Twitter, pestering him for stuff. Hey, can you do this? Can you do that? This is maybe the best example I've seen of, you ask him to do a remark cover.
Right.
He reads the book or the story, whatever, and he manages to put all the elements of the story into a sketch.
Right.
And I don't know if you read this, go back and read this section, the story, the whole Mayor Fisk thing. I don't know if it's any better than this sketch. I really don't.
Hey,
it's a great story.
Hey, fellas, let's do this. Let's take a break now. Let's take a quick break now.
Okay.
And then come back and for the last 45 minutes, just hit every single book, every single deal we're going to make tonight one last time, or for the first time if we haven't seen them yet, for the audience, and try, we'll hit it one last time and we'll really go through with some power. How's that sound?
Sounds great.
Sure.
All right. We will be right back in about 2.5 minutes here on The Experience.
The Experience.
We know this has been a difficult time for you. We know you are scared. Here at Regenerist Tech we have developed a safe and effective solution to our worldwide problem. Trust Regenerist. We give you back your life.
June is Pride Month on The Experience, and we're celebrating our friends in the LGBTQ plus community. Join us June 5th and 6th as we kick off our Pride Month celebration with Experience Pride, a 2-day event featuring creators from the community as well as allies and friends. And then stay tuned all month as we continue our celebration of Pride. Only on The Experience, comics, culture, and sales. What's up, the internet? It's Kyle. We're back. This is Comics Collectibles with Dynamic Forces. I will be joined again momentarily by Nick and John Cole, but I want to remind you guys of a couple of things. First, tonight from 10 to midnight over on our Twitch channel. That's 10 to midnight Eastern Standard Time, 7 to 9 if you're on the West Coast. We have the EXP Dance Party with DJ Taji Beats. That's only on our Twitch channel, twitch.tv/the_EXP. Then tomorrow we have more Pride starting at 2 o'clock Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific. We've got 4 great guests tomorrow, and Pride will continue all month with more great guests throughout the month. So stay tuned for that. You want to find out when that stuff is going to be? Sign up for our mailing list. Head over to comicshoppingexperience.com. Fill out the form right there on the front page for the mailing list and get signed up. If you've already signed up for our mailing list and you're like, I haven't ever seen anything, check your spam folder. Some of your more, how do I put this, stringent spam filters have been catching us because they don't know that you want to know what we're telling you. So make sure you check that. It's just a thing I found out. And then tune in all next week for great shows. But tomorrow after Pride, we've got Fat Jack's Comic Crypt, the Latchkey Manifesto. Brendan's on vacation, so who knows what could happen. And then a comic show with Aaron Halland out of A Comic Shop in Florida. And then great programming all week, including our new weekly segment that we're going to be doing on Talking Shop with Miss Jen, featuring Scout Comics creators. So you're going to want to tune in for that. I don't know if Nick is back yet. I know Nick had to take care of some business. So I guess I'll just talk to John.
I don't know if Nick is coming. Oh, I am not. There we go. I have to move over a little bit. Usually Nick just shoves me out of the way. Now it's time for my spotlight. No, I'm just kidding. It is not. What I've been looking at is Marvel Tales #1. Let me throw this up here again. I can't say, and we want to kind of power through these, but I try to tell these little anecdotes for the people like me who are watching this, old heads, maybe they're not 100% sure. I was not a fan of the idea of Marvel having zombies when they came. When this first came out, there was too much zombies. I'd had enough. Thankfully, I was wrong. This is such a cool idea where you sort of have these crossovers in these different universes. The Ultimate Universe, of course, always Reed Richards turns out to be sort of in the middle of these things. I love Reed Richards because in so many of these like interdimensional storylines, he messed around. He shouldn't have.
We go from DF to NF. Nick failed.
Oh, no, what happened?
I couldn't find. You guys may not believe it when I talk about going to the vault. I was trying to find another Nicky the Roach card because you brought it up so many times. I was like, let me get the Nicky the Roach card.
Well, we had.
Are they all finally gone?
What was that?
Are they all finally gone? No. Hey, of the 3 people on screen right now, only one of them has a card made of them. So there's something to be said for that.
And the thing about that card, it has a bullseye on them.
Hey, so did Spider-Man at one point. And look how that turned out for him.
Not bad, actually. Sorry, you were talking about Marvel Zombies.
No, I was just talking about that. This was a book that I wasn't sold on.
Can you hold it up for the camera?
This was a book I was not. The entire idea of Marvel and zombies, I guess I'm very much a traditionalist, or I was. Then all of a sudden someone says, hey, try and read this, which is a little bit the function of this and every show. To get you to read something maybe you haven't read before, support your local comic book store. This is a book, originally everyone was talking about it. The single issues are coming out. It's amazing. I'm just not listening, right? I managed to read the first couple issues, and I cannot believe how good this thing is. And this story centers around Reed Richards being Reed Richards. Hey, let me see what happens if I do this. And sure, sometimes it's great, but if you're a longtime Fantastic Four reader, you know it's never great. It's always a universe of monsters or, zombies or something that's terrible. And the thing I love about Reed Richards as a Marvel character, he keeps doing it. He's such an optimist. Like, oh, zombies won't come out again. Yeah, thanks, Reed. Appreciate that.
Reed Richards has no right to be as confident as he is in his scientific abilities.
Thank you. The confidence level is, oh, I've got that. I built a prison in the negative zone. Nobody will get out. Everybody gets out. Oh, I shut the negative zone. Annihilus will never get out. Next issue, there he is on the cover, tearing up New York City. And I'm like, dude, I realize you're supposed to be like one of the smartest guys in the Marvel Universe. Your track record is spotty. Yeah, your flying car is great. But, you're holding open the welcome mat to stuff. If, in all fairness to Reed Richards from the 616 universe, I believe this is Ultimate Reed Richards.
It is.
Who decides to say, hey, look, let's see what's in the universe next door.
Exactly.
Oh, zombies.
And, one of my favorite, first of all, I don't know if all the fans out there know why it was called Marvel Zombies, but in the 80s, 75% of the comics sold at one point were Marvel comics, and there were like maybe 28 Marvel comics coming out a month, and there were fans like myself that bought every Marvel comic, and we were called Marvel Zombies.
Yep.
That's where the name came from, which is why it resonated so much. I think that when Kirkman did this, obviously Millar and Greg Land introduced them, but was it Kirkman and Sean Phillips? I think it might have been, right? Sean Phillips?
Arthur Soydum had something to do with it.
He did the covers, but the interiors, I think, were Sean Phillips.
Kirkman and Sean Phillips, and there were like 3 or 4 of them, yeah, but I think those two are the big drivers.
So, one of my favorite things was the silver. Somebody kept eating a piece of the Silver Surfer.
Yeah.
And they would eat it, and it would come out, and they would eat it, and it would come out because it wouldn't digest.
It wouldn't digest.
But it was also not that filling.
Well, and there's that, and then there's a scene where, and this is really over the top, and you either decide you're going to be on board with this or you're not. Like 100 of the Marvel Zombies jump on Galactus. And when Galactus appears in the book, you're like, okay, playtime's over. He's just going to like initialize this world and move along.
Right.
And they don't. They jump on him, and somehow they all wind up getting cosmic powers, and they're able to spread the plague further. And you move from like the sublime to the ridiculous, and the story keeps getting better.
Yeah.
I mean that in like the most positive way possible. You know what I mean? Like you're like, oh, this is ridiculous. Okay, I'll be back next issue for the next one. Well,
and then we got lucky as Dynamite. We got to do the Marvel Zombies Army of Darkness crossover, which was the prelude to the Marvel Zombies. We actually had the official prelude to Marvel Zombies. Groovy, baby. He definitely didn't want any of that sugar. It was bad enough he didn't want the sugar back in the medieval times at one point, but he definitely didn't want any zombie sugar. So Marvel Zombies, signed by Greg Land, Silver Signature Series. This is a $69.99 book normally, but because we love our fans and we want you to enjoy the comics, we are doing this at $29.99. Which numbers do we have left?
Let me take a look here. I think we have. Are we missing number 7, Kyle? You would probably know, but we have 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, and 7. Kyle slipping. Why do we still have a number 7? I don't get that.
I don't know, Kyle. You may end
There's
up.
a very specific reason for that one, but I'm not going to tell you.
He doesn't. I guess he doesn't want the free John Romita Jr., John Romita Sr. autograph.
When I go home with a box full of stuff, I don't want to hear it next week.
Yeah, right? So, and look, really important. Want to remind this at least one more time. We do have the original art by Howard Porter from Magog #1, Alan Scott. This is Howard Porter inked by John Dell. It's $500, and we're donating the entire amount to the Trevor Project. And if this is the item you back, you may be able to get the John Romita Sr., John Romita Jr. Spider-Man homage cover. And you will get and I won't drop this one, Witchblade Millennium 2000, signed by Jay Lee. So those are available tonight. I think we should just go through a few things. So we also have, now this one we are not discounting. We only have a few left. This is one of the hottest books in the industry right now. Teen Titans 20, signed by Bernard Chang. This is the first appearance of Lobo's daughter, Crush, and we have the new Lobo Crush series coming out. And let me give you a little bit of the synopsis. This is Adam Glass. Again, art and cover by Bernard Chang. Batman has no idea what he's doing. Superman, not a clue. Wonder Woman, whatever. Damian Wayne is Robin, and he's done with the bleeding heart approach favored by the heroes of the senior circuit. New plan of action, recruit a new Teen Titans. Kid Flash, Red Arrow, and newbies. Roundhouse, Jin, and Crush. Wait, Lobo has a daughter? That'll end well. Not. And then build something in secret deep beneath the Teen Titans HQ. Secret from his teammates, secret from even Batman. It's a secret that will change the way you look at Robin forever.
And if you look at the cover, particularly Robin's post, it looks like his new album is about to drop.
Well, and something. So there's a few things going on with this book, right? So this cover got some heat when it came out because it looked so Robin centric, and nobody was talking about Robin in this story. And then at the same time, this book, being the first appearance of Crush, sells for almost this much without the signature, without the COA, without the holofoil, without all the bonuses you're getting.
Yep.
On this book. This book is a $20 to $25 raw book anyway.
And by the way, we only made 130 of these.
Right. There aren't many left. I mean, there are so few left.
2, 3, 4. Looks like we have 4 left.
Which numbers?
We have 1, 2, 3. Oh, 5 and 6. I'm sorry, we have 5 left.
All right, so 1, 2, 3, 5, and 6. So $29.99. If you're the first one to buy it, you can pick number 1, number 2, number 3, or number 5, or number 6. And again, don't forget, you get the free Witchblade limited edition card from 21 years ago. And these are from the vault. Each comes with a certificate of authenticity. The number on the certificate will match the number on the comic. So this is a great issue, especially with Crush and Lobo, with the new series coming out, I think, in July. Does that sound right?
It does sound. I'm trying to think of solicitations for it, but yeah, but I think it's July.
So
I remember it being summer. So
I can find out.
cool.
I just had a funny thought, and when you talked about how that card was from 21 years ago, which is one of the first times we've talked that's made me feel old. But
Ronald claimed one of the Teen Titans. Ronald, which one do you want? Do you want number 1, number 2, number 3, number 5, or number 6? What's your favorite number? Let us know, and we will set that aside for you.
That book is 2016. Release month July, or release July 25th, 2018. I'm sorry.
No. What I'm saying is, when is the upcoming Lobo Crush series coming out?
This past Wednesday.
Oh, it came out already. Okay. And
Yes,
Ronald is
Crush and Lobo number 1 came out this past Wednesday.
Okay.
Ron would like number 1. But in the rest of the world, if we had something hanging around from 21 years ago, they would just call us hoarders.
Exactly.
In this industry, they call us visionaries for saving it.
We are in the collectibles field. So you get
Congratulations, Ron.
Congratulations, Ron. And considering it's a slow day, you're in the lead to get the John Romita Jr., John Romita Sr. signed lithograph.
I was just going to say he's on the board.
He's on the board for a $300 free lithograph.
So let's hope nobody swoops in and beats you, my friend. Let's keep everything going. What else have we not shown? Oh, you know what? Maybe Ron just showed up. Let's just do a couple of quick things. Ron, I don't know if you saw this. We had the Marvel Zombies number 1. This is signed by Greg Land. This is officially Marvel Tales, the original Marvel Zombies, signed by Greg Land. This is Silver Signature Series. This is limited to, did we mention it's limited to only 21 in the world?
That I probably did.
Only 21 of these were signed. So this is a $69.99 book for $29.99. We have Daredevil 600 remarked by Ken Hazer. Elektra as Daredevil. This is an $89.99 comic. Tonight we have it for $50. we have Elite Gold Signature Series, Daredevil 181, signed by Frank Miller. This is limited to 82. The year Daredevil 181 came out. This is a $299.99 book that we are offering tonight for $181. And we also have number 1, number 4, 5, 6, 8, and 9 in stock. We also have a starter set. You're going to get 5 comics, $19.92. This is a $40 plus value, minimum of $40. You're getting a Red Sonja Tarzan J. Lee cover, crimson red cover, limited edition. Only 200 of these were ever made. You're also going to get a Deadpool the Musical, True Believers. You're going to get Vengeance of Vampirella #1, Josh Middleton. You would get the Teen Titans Rebirth. And you would get Fantastic Four #1 by Matt Fraction. So you would get all 5 of these books, a 5-star set, $19.92. And Ronald, by the way, thank you. Thank you for coming on. Thank you for watching us.
You should talk about this book.
Well, let's just finish. So, Ron, the other thing that I think you might be interested in, this Walking Dead is remarked last issue. Ken Hazer, you got Rick Grimes on the cover. This is hand drawn. This is an $89.99 book that we are charging $19.92, partially because it was $192 and we were trying to figure out how to fit that in, but also because 1992 was the year Image first appeared. And last of the Mohicans, we have All-Star Batman #1 DF limited edition cover, All-Star Batman Rebirth #1 DF limited edition cover, Jay Lee cover. And this is signed by John Romita Jr. And Spencer pointed out, I believe you're on YouTube, but we can pop it back in here. The cost of this, signed by John Romita Jr., is less than the cost of John Romita Jr.'s signature. So basically, if you were to go to a convention, pay to get to the convention, wait in line, and go to the booth John Romita Jr. is at, you'd be paying $20 a signature. If you can't make it to a convention that John Romita Jr. is at, and by the way, if you go to that convention, you know, social distancing, waiting in line, everything.
The lines are going to be so long this year.
So long. If you mailed this in, you would pay $20 for the signature. You would pay for the book. You would pay the postage to send it in. You would pay for the postage for it to come back to you, plus the handling fee. You're probably into a book being signed by John Romita Jr. to $70. So you're getting this at $19.69, and you're taking The Walking Dead $192. Awesome. So beautiful, my friend. I think you made 2 great choices. You get the Jay Lee sketch card, and now you've widened the lead to get the John Romita Jr., John Romita Sr. sketch. But you wanted to show something.
If you are into The Walking Dead and you're into Rick Grimes, and I love this because of the juxtaposition, right? Walking Dead's maybe the most grim comic book out there.
Right.
You get Chris Girusso decides to bust this out.
I get out of the way. This way I don't scare people.
Trying to get out of the way so people can see this. This just is not a typical Walking Dead cover. I absolutely love this. It's the signature series, silver signature series, it looks like. This is like a $40 or $50 book, I think. And you
$70.
And how much are we offering it for tonight?
At $19.92.
$19.92.
Same thing. So this is a $70 book signed by Chris, silver signature series.
I mean, you never see Rick Grimes look anything but, you know, Grimes.
Right there, silver signature series. This is number 25 out of 40. This is number 25. This is number 25 out of 40. So this is another great book, silver signature series. And like you said, just, you know, the whole thing. I mean, even the zombies are so adorable. Check it out. I don't know if you could see all those cute little zombies. I can't believe I'm calling them cute little zombies. You know, calling these cute little zombies is kind of like watching, oh God, what was that? Never Give Up, Never Surrender, Space Galaxy Quest. It's like Galaxy Quest, where they sit there and they're like, oh, look, they're going to help the little one. And the one guy goes, no, have you not watched this show?
Yeah.
This
man.
kind of has a Rick and Morty feel to it too, as well. The art style.
It really does. It's not, like I said, Walking Dead. Most people, it's black and white. Well, it's not that kind of book, right? And then you see this cover come along, and I'm thinking to myself, if you're a Walking Dead collector, the chance to get a $70 book at under $20, that's not.
It's going to be rare. It's going to be rare.
I think
really
we only
rare.
have 12 left.
Okay. We made 40. We have 12 left. So it's a beauty. It is a beauty. The other thing you missed that we did not bring up is we had Thor the Worthy signed by Walt Simonson, Silver Signature Series. We were going to bring this in at $49.99 instead of $69.99. And then we decided to do $33.70. And oh, wow. All right. Ronald, you will get the invoice on Monday. Manny will send the invoice to you on Monday. So when you fill out the form tonight, you will get the invoice on Monday. So thank you so much for coming back and supporting us. I really appreciate it. Ronald, please let me know. This is your first time buying with us yesterday and today. Please confirm one way or the other, and you'll find out why in a minute. So this is Thor, The Unworthy, signed by Walt Simonson. Again, $69.99 book. We were going to bring it in at $49.99. We decided to bring it in at $33.70. We also have the Mighty Thor signed by Frank. Okay, this is what I'm going to do for you, Ronald. So you are getting from the year 2000 the Witchblade Millennium trading card signed by Jay Lee. But this is your first time buying. So what we're going to do is last week we gave away a Witchblade Millennium limited edition card from the year 2000 signed by Joe Jusko. What I'm going to do for you, Ronald, tonight is I'm going to give you both of them. Since this is the first time you're buying with us, I am giving you both of them so that you can have a little bit of a bonus. And it's just great to have your support. It's great to have you here. Hopefully, I appreciate your support in buying some of the comics, and hopefully there's some comics that you see that you enjoy that you can pick up at your local comic retailer.
We always talk about that. If you choose not to get a collectible,
right,
you can still grab a copy of this thing at your LCS, the trades.
Yep.
And if you don't or can't get to an LCS, most local comic book stores, especially because of the pandemic, upgraded their web services so that you can reach out to them. I mean, yeah, sure, it'll involve some shipping and some back and forth, but there's no reason if you live in California that you can't hit a store in Texas or Jersey or, Maine. And
Well, so much of what we do here on The Experience is that, bringing local comic shops directly to you.
Yep.
If there's something you're looking for and you don't have a local comic shop, reach out to one of the ones here on The Experience.
Yep. And you know what? And if you're a collector out there that's looking to sell your comic collection, reach out to one of us here. I mean, you can reach out to me at nick.barucci@dynamite.com, or you can reach out to any of the people that have a show. We're always looking to buy collections as well, so something to think about. I'm going to go back real quick just to talk about this. So, Ronald, we've got Thor the Unworthy, signed by Walt Simonson, Silver Signature Series. We also have Mighty Thor #1 with Mjolnir on the front. This is signed by Matt Fraction, remarked by Ken Hazer. You're getting the front, the hammer. This is the sketch cover right here. And you're getting Thor on the back, or you can get Loki. What are the other options?
Odin, Beta Ray Bill, and Throg.
Yep, you can get Odin, Beta Ray Bill, or Throg. So this is $196 and I think 20 cents, whatever your Thor first came out.
Like it was one.
And we're doing 83 because of Thor coming out in Journey into Mystery 83. So this is going to be $83. But the one thing we're doing tonight is if you were to buy this and the Mighty Thor signed by Walt Simonson, we're going to do both for $100. See if I could do this.
You want me to hold one of these?
I think I got it, actually.
I'm not supposed to curse, but Nick has lost his damn mind. Selling them for this price.
Go ahead, Ron. Damn.
Yeah. That's the sketches on the back, not that the Remark cover isn't amazing, but the Thor sketch on the back is really good. Now I want to go pick around the vault and find out what the Odin sketch looks like.
Actually, that's a conversation we need to have with Rex and Amy and Jeff. If we have multiple different sketches, give us all the damn sketches.
Yeah, I would love to show like Beta Ray Bill. Kyle said earlier, Beta Ray Bill is like white hot right now.
Right.
Yeah.
I almost kind of wish we could be.
Well,
I would have claimed this the first time around, but I want to choose between Throg and Beta Ray Bill and Odin or whoever. Or
you can't
just
have
Throg and Odin. Now
Yeah.
that Ron is going to take both, and the one with Beta Ray Bill, which is a great pickup, my friend.
That is a great pickup. Thank you. Thank you very much. You know what? This is really appreciated.
See Thor go.
He didn't take Thor.
He took Beta Ray Bill.
He took Beta Ray Bill.
Kyle. Kyle's gonna be stuck with Throg now.
I'm okay with that.
What?
He's okay.
I'm okay with that.
Okay with that. Gee, I sure hope I don't find it as I'm wandering through the vault on my way out.
Well, I would like to see Throg
You can't
and
wander
Odin and
through
pick.
the vault. I mean, the vault is big, but not that big. That's why I couldn't find the Nikki the Roach card.
Oh no, I've been locked in overnight, and Nick has left. What will I do all night if it's Billy's Comics?
Oh man, that is too funny.
That is a great pickup, though. Seriously.
That's a fantastic one. And Ron, again, thank you for your support. It's great to have a new fan. And as we always say to everyone, please, 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 we love bringing everything to you, and it's great when you support us by claiming some of the really cool collectible items. But always, always, always visit your local comic retailer.
Yeah.
I think that let's do something. Let's do the rarest item we have tonight. I mean, to a degree, the Remarks are the rarest items because they're all one of a kind.
I was just going to say the Remark with a back cover sketch. That's
pretty cool.
That's like the top shelf in the vault.
So let's call this the second most limited item.
There's how many in the world?
5.
5.
How many do we have? Do we have all 5?
4.
I think we have 4.
I wonder
1
where
through
that.
4.
Huh?
1 through 4.
All right.
Yeah, we have 1, 2, 3, and 4 left.
So go ahead.
I just have a question. Did you forget to market this? I don't understand how we have 4 left of only 5 ever of this.
Let's just say that one of us in this presentation may have the 5th one. and it may be the person holding up number 3. So this is a premiere. This is a worldwide premiere, Superman. This is number 52 of Superman 52. Pete Tomasi, who I feel like is one of the most underappreciated writers in the industry. The guy is fantastic. This is Silver Signature Series. This is $69.99. If you were to claim this tonight, you can pick number 1, number 2, number 3, or number 4, and it is $19.38 instead of $69.99. By the way, just to show, this is number 3 out of number 5, and on the certificate, it'll say number 3 of number 5. So
I really do feel like this is one of those things that went into Nick's desk, and he was hoping everyone would forget.
No. No, I don't think that was the case. It just took us a while to put this on the air. Ronald, of course we can send you a list. It's not a problem, man. You're the man. And I've got it. I've got your Walking Dead Remark. I've got your Teen Titans. We've got your Thor pair and your 2 trading cards, plus the Daredevil you bought last night. So this is $19.38. And this is, again, there's only 5 in the world, and you can be one of 4 people that are left to be able to get this. And you can choose number 1, number 2, number 3, or number 4. You know, this feels like a Jerry special. I'm surprised Jerry hasn't jumped on this. Or has Jerry got the rest of today off?
Jerry is somewhere trying not to catch the garter at a wedding.
Hands in your pockets. That's the rule. Hands in your pockets.
Listen, I used to be the idiot that used to catch the garter, and I gotta tell you, I decided in my young days that it would be really cool that if I caught the garter, that I would put it in my teeth and then run towards the bride and slide on my knees. Let's just say my knees have been killing me for years lately.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm not the smartest guy in the world. I'm not smart. I'm not good looking. I got very little going for me. Thank God I love comics.
But you do have number 5 of Superman 52 signed by Pete Tomasi.
That is true.
Only 5.
Of only 5. And we have Ronald taking number 1.
Now there's only 3.
Ronald,
2, 3, or 4.
Ronald, by the way, I'm not sure you were here earlier tonight, but there is a prize for the person who buys the most items tonight. Spencer Beck of the Artist Choice has graciously is giving away a limited edition lithograph, limited to 100 copies of John Romita Jr. and John Romita Sr. Recreating Spider-Man 100 cover that is signed by John Sr., signed by John Jr., and signed by colorist Paul Mounts. I paid $300 for mine.
He really doesn't like you.
He really doesn't like me. So I think he actually made a mistake when he said that's worth 200 or more. I think he was just messing.
Well, he said in excess of, which 300 is in excess of.
Yeah,
200.
technically it's in excess.
It is.
Technically, he's correct.
So Ron, right now you're the forerunner to get a $300 item at no cost as part of your package. Which again, I am so grateful for your support.
He blew this game out of the water. I thought this might be like a closer game or whatever.
Yeah.
But he rolled in and said, "I'm good."
That's it. So not only are you getting your books and some of the coolest numbers, not only are you getting 2 Witchblade cards, one signed by Jay Lee, one signed by Joe Jusko, all from the year 2000 from the Witchblade Millennium series.
I don't remember when people in the mall would walk over like broken glass to get these cards.
Yeah.
Kind of like chase cards, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because you would have comic book stores back then, like in malls and stuff, and you would just see the crazy long line, and people couldn't believe that I'm waiting for trading cards.
Well, look at today trading cards. I mean, Target and Walmart stopped selling trading cards. Yeah. Because every Friday morning, people were, and they're limiting. I mean, this is what some people were doing. This is so unreal. So people would go to the self-checkout line because you're only allowed to buy 1 pack or 1 box.
Yeah.
So what they would do is they would take 50 packs and they would scan one, pay for it, scan another, pay for it, scan another, pay for it.
You can look and find these
and
videos.
They would start a fight with the reps at Target if they try to stop you.
There is a video on YouTube, and I think it was posted by somebody who does security at like one of the stores, Target, and you would not believe this generally seeming like a congenial, mild-mannered person. Watch the Jekyll and Hyde button get pushed when they're told that they can't monopolize a self-checkout machine with a stack of books that had to be up to the guy's hip, in all fairness.
Yeah.
He just stacked them one on top of each other, and he started to do that. And after, I guess, maybe 8 or 9 purchases, security came right over with the store rep. And this person went from mild-mannered dude in the morning with his cup of coffee to not wanting to hear that he just couldn't run the rack on the store and buy all the trading cards.
Yeah, it's just insane. So, you know what? Trading cards are back with a vengeance. And it's just, well, look, thank you for the support. Batman 51, this is signed by Tom King, real quick. I believe this is a $49.99 book. Kyle, what are we offering this at tonight?
The year that Batman appeared first, which is one of your favorite things to remind me of, because I constantly get it wrong. 1939.
1939. Now, how many copies do we have left?
We have 1 through 8 remaining.
So we have number 1 through number 8.
So you're saying we have number 7 available if someone had a numerical
if somebody had a 7.
So on this book, I actually have a copy of this already.
Oh, you do?
Really?
Okay.
I do. I got on this one, I actually picked up a higher number through the website when they first released it. That has some significance to that book and me and Tom King.
Oh, nice. Very nice.
There's just a certain magic and I would certainly never call myself a Batman authority, but there's always like a different energy when Batman and Mr. Freeze interact.
Mm-hmm.
Right? It doesn't matter if it's like a more comic booky type of interaction where it's batarangs and a freeze gun, or if it's the more kind of subtle.
And what more subtle does it get than a court case?
Yeah. I mean, this is not what, like if you said to someone, hey, you want to buy this comic book, it's Batman in court, you'd be like, what? But trust me, this is a very cool story. What do they call this? Not Cold War. What? I'm trying to think of what the name.
I forgot what it was called too. So we do have one last book that we're offering tonight. Cold Days. So we have Justice League #1. This is by Scott Snyder, Jimmy Chung, Mark Morales, and the colorist was Mori. This is limited to 150 copies in the world. I think we're doing this for $19.60. This is a $49.99 book.
You have 2 left.
Yeah, we have 2 left. Do we have #1 and #2, or what do we have?
I think we have 2 and 3 left.
So we have #2 and #3 left. So that is it. #2 and #3, Justice League #1, signed by Scott Snyder, limited to 150 in the world, and we're offering this at $19.60. The year the Justice League first formed in Brave and the Bold 28. So, that was an amazing time when you could have Showcase Comics and Brave and the Bold and try different characters and see what works. I mean, without Showcase Comics, we wouldn't have Barry Allen Flash. We wouldn't have Green Lantern. We wouldn't have Ray Palmer the Atom. Without Brave and the Bold, we wouldn't have the Justice League. So many cool titles. So this is Justice League #1, New 52. This is the first print signed by Scott Snyder and limited to 150 units. And we only have #2 and 3 left. So quick rundown. Most important thing to talk about tonight.
Yeah, I was going to see.
Again, last call. This is Magog #1. Howard Porter, John Dell, written by Keith Giffen, $500. The entire proceeds will go to the Trevor Project. We are offering this tonight. This would be really cool if anybody picked it up.
Like 4 minutes left?
4 minutes left. Let's go through the items Ronald bought. So #1 is missing, but we have Teen Titans, #20, signed by Bernard Chang. First appearance of Crush. This is $29.99. We also have Walking Dead 192 Remark by Ken Hazer. I think we had 2 of these. We're down to 1. These are $89.99 items. Now it's $19.92. We have Superman 52 Silver Signature Series. We have #2, #3, and #4, $19.38. We also have Thor the Worthy, signed by Walt Simonson, $33.70. Mighty Thor #1 with 2 pieces of original art, the front and the back, signed by Matt Fraction and Ken Hazer. The Better Rate bill has been, so this is, $83. So $33.70, $83, or both for $100. So you get Walt Simonson, Matt Fraction, and 2 sketches by Ken Hazer. We also have Batman 51 for $19.38, signed by Tom King. Justice League #1, signed by Scott Snyder. #2 and #3. Walking Dead #103, signed by Chris. God, I can't remember his last name right now. Giarusso, thank you. I think I remember Italian name. Daredevil 181 Elite Gold Signature Series, signed by Frank Miller, $181. #1, #4, #5, #6, #8, and #9. Daredevil 600, which Ronald also picked up last night, $89.99. Tonight only for $50. All-Star Batman #1 DFJ Lee cover, signed by John Romita Jr., $19.39, cheaper than if you just got John Romita Jr.'s signature. Marvel Zombies, last few copies, only 21 signed by Greg Land. Tonight, only $29.99. And the starter set, minimum value of $40. You get Red Sonja Tarzan, Ruby Red Crimson Fiery line art. You get Deadpool the Musical, True Believers. You get Vengeance of Vampire #1, first print, Teen Titans Rebirth #1, and Fantastic Four #1. 1992, the year that Dynamic Forces first started. By the way, I forgot the Vampirella is a Josh Middleton cover. And that is everything for tonight. We have a few more shows following us tonight. I think we have Dan Wickline. We have Brainy Singh tonight. We also have Pride Month continues tomorrow with Jose Villarubia and other great guests. We also have Fat Jacks tomorrow night at 6 o'clock and a comic shop at 8 o'clock. And then on Monday, we rock and we roll with more great shows. And I want to thank everybody, especially Ronald. Ronald, you get the Joe Jusko card. You get the Jay Lee card. And Spencer Beck will be mailing you the lithograph signed by John Romita Jr., John Romita Sr. So thank you for your support. Thank you, everybody who's watching us. Hit that like button, subscribe, hit hearts or likes on Facebook. And thank you all for your support.
See ya.
June is Pride Month on The Experience, and we're celebrating our friends in the LGBTQ+ community. Join us June 5th and 6th as we kick off our Pride Month celebration with Experience Pride, a 2-day event featuring creators from the community as well as allies and friends. And then stay tuned all month as we continue our celebration of Pride. Only on The Experience, Comics, Culture, and Sales.